Okay, tonight we're having crabs and crab legs, king crab legs, and boiled shrimp. This here is Zatarains. Each one of these boxes, or those bags, will do about a gallon of water. Not quite. This is a 5-gallon pot. This is hot water. Now, this is what they don't tell you on the box, and I don't know why. It's best to fill this pot up with hot water and just let them steep like a bunch of tea bags. I let them sit in that hot water for, I don't know, and we'll probably start cooking about 6. It's 2, that's 4 hours. Just fill it up with hot water, and it'll release all the flavor in the world. And then you can take these bags out before you boil anything in them, because if you ever have one of these bags break, say that again? It's a mess. Yeah, and king crab, if anybody's ever messed with that stuff, they got saw blades on their tentacles, so and they will cut a bag. So the thing is, let this stuff steep. You can boil it a little bit if you want. But better be careful boiling it inside, because it will make your nose get athletic, and I mean it'll run all over the place. Sneeze, eyes, water, and everything. There's a lot of spices in these bags here. So anyway, I'm gonna fill this pot up. I'm gonna let it sit in this warm water for about 4 hours, and then I might even put it on the stove and just simmer it a little bit. Then I'll take it outside, put it on the big gas burner, and I'll put the spurs to those crabs. Crabs take about 4 minutes, and the shrimp take about the same amount of time. I got some 14, 18 count shrimps gonna cook there too. So the legs are froze. I guess they do that in Alaska. I don't know how you ever get fresh king crab. I sure would like to try it. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. And someone told me the other day, we'll be back. We'll make a good drinking game. Excuse me. It's already getting to me. Every time I say we'll be back, take a shot. Anyway, we'll be back. Okay, one other thing. Whew, this stuff is strong. One other thing, I'm going to let it simmer here for, oh, can you see that under there? Anyway, there's a flame under there, a real small one. I'm going to let them just sit here for 4 hours. When they're ready, these bags will sink. And then that way you know they're done. When they're sitting on the bottom, you can pull them out. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I turned this on for medium-low heat for about 30 minutes. And there you go. See, now we're just going to let it, I'm going to let it sit there for 3.5 hours or so, 4 hours, and it don't matter. It's just going to get better the longer it sits, and then we'll come back and we'll cook them shrimps and heat up them frog legs. I like frog legs too. Heat up the crab legs in there. That's a good show. Fry up some frog legs. We'll do that, but not today. Anyway, I'll do the shrimp and the crab later on this evening, and we'll be back. I'm going to make, there's that beluga butter. This is going to be another episode too. I'm going to make some, the chefs call it clarified butter. South Georgia, we call it drawn butter. So anyway, clarified, drawn, and there's a couple other names I can't remember. We're going to do that too. All right, we'll be back. Okay, this stuff has been sitting about an hour, and I know a lot of people like the stuff that comes in the yellow can, made in Maryland, and I guess it's okay too. But this Zatarains this stuff is, to me, is by far the best crab shrimp seasoning that you can get. Now the stuff from Maryland, yeah, you can cook with it. You can put it in your crab cakes, you can put it in your chowders, whatever. You can put it in coleslaw if you want, baked beans. This you can't. This is strictly for boiling, and I like Zatarains. It's absolutely wonderful. I wish you could smell it right now. It's just, it makes the whole house smell good. It really does. All right, you have to look on the box even all in. There's a pile of stuff in there. Anyway, red pepper, coriander, black pepper. I don't know. It just goes on. It's a huge list. Anyway, we'll be back. Okay, this don't look like it, but this is 1.25 pounds of king crab, and it's enough for 2 people. And right here is about 1/2 pound of shrimp, but I'll be back to shrimp in a second. This is frozen solid. I did break it at the joint, so you see these long tendrils come out there, which is good. We got this one really nice claw here. Look at this thing. All right, this is still froze solid. Let it sit out. People always tell me, that king crab's so darn expensive, I'll never buy it. I always buy snow crab. Well, snow crab sucks. I'm here to tell you. It's half the price and it's twice as hard to get into. This stuff, you can see that little white line right there. You can take a knife or a pair of scissors or a butter knife. You can cut down that white line after this stuff is cooked. I mean, it's already cooked. I'm just going to heat it up in that pan of water over there, and with these shrimp, and you just stick a little fork in there. You break it off at the joints, and you pull out gigantic pieces of wonderful, wonderful crab. Now go ahead and buy your snow crab. That's fine if that's what you like. You know, it is. You got to have a nutcracker to get into snow crab, or a hammer. Beat on it, and you know, just anyway. I don't have to say any more. This stuff is the best crab in the world, well, outside of Dungeness. Or if you live down on the Atlantic coast, you can get fresh blue crabs. Yeah, and then you get your hammer and beat on crabs. Put on an apron and beat on crabs all day long. Well, I don't live on the Atlantic coast. I don't live on the Pacific coast where I can get Dungeness. So I have to get what I can get, and this is it. In fact, I think this crab tastes better than Dungeness and blue crab. But anyway, I digress. I'm going on about crab. All right, now I'm going to prepare the shrimp, and I'll be right back. Oh, right back? I never said that before. I'll be back. Okay, here's that gas cooker I was telling you about. Now, folks, if you don't have one of these gas cookers, you need to get one. This you do. What you do is you just let it sit there. You can, there's that interference on the network. You can turn it up, or you can turn it down. I'm going to run it right there. I'm going to sit that big old pot of juice or water, Zatarains boiling water for these crabs and these shrimps. I'm going to let it heat up for about 45 minutes. Just gets to a good simmer. All right, we'll be back. Okay, now I told y'all these bags would sink into this thing, okay? Now they did. There they are. There's one. Now I'm going to got my burner out there heated up. I'm going to put them on the burner, and then I'm going to let them saute some more. And before I put in these crabs and these shrimps, I'm going to pull these bags out of there. All right, we'll be back. Okay, it's about 5:30. I'm going to let this, see that flame under there? I'm going to let this pot of water, boiling water with that Zatarains in there, I'm going to let it sit on that pot for about 30 minutes under a low heat. Then I'm going to pull those bags out of there, and I'm going to put in the shrimp, I'm going to put in the crabs, and they only take like 4 minutes. So anyway, we'll be back. Got to finish up the shrimp. Okay, these I've got on a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 or so. These are pretty big shrimp. What I like to do is, you can see, I like to take a pair of scissors and just cut down the back of these shrimps. And during the cooking process, the vein, well, there's not many veins in these, but what veins are in there, I need to cut that one. That one's cut. See, the veins will wash out during the cooking process, because I like shrimp with shells. I wish I could get these things with heads on them. It's even better. Anyway, this is it. We got the crab legs, we got the shrimp. Going to keep them cold till we get ready to eat. I'm going to make a salad and dressing, but I'm not going to show that. Anybody can make a salad and make dressings. All right, we'll be back when we start to cook them. All right. Whew, there she is. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, must grill here again. Now, like I've said, we're having them king crab legs and some shrimp and that drawn butter. So I'm just making a simple salad. I made a vinaigrette here. It's got white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, some sugar, black pepper, a touch of salt, and just kind of, you know, shake it up there. And got some baby greens, gonna put on some Parmesan, got some tomatoes over there. This is a simple salad, because like I said in the past, you don't want to fill yourself up on sides when you're eating $60 worth of good stuff. This just is a compliment to cheese, to vinaigrette, tomatoes on a salad at a table. The main thing is those shrimps and them crab legs. All right, we'll be back. Okay, I love these little cherry tomatoes like this. They got the wonderful flavor. You know, they come like that. I like to cut them right dead in half. That way you still keep the little juices in there. Them little seeds. I like them juices too. I think they're good. Oh my goodness, look here. Here, see, she can't see, but she still loves tomatoes. Alright, put them tomatoes on top of that with the cheese, a little bit of pepper. We'll be good to go. We'll be back. Okay, them salads are done. This is real easy. I love that Parmigiano Reggiano Padano on there. Man, that stuff is good. Alright, these salads are done. Put a little bit of black pepper on them. That Parmesan cheese, Padano, and it's looking good. Alright, all thing we left now is just cooking up them seafoods. Alright, we'll be back. You know, I was just out there pulling these bags out of that big pot of water out there, and I was smelling it, and I was thinking, you know, whew, that this would probably make a really good brine for a brisket, like, you know, like corned beef brisket. I think I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna make me up a batch of this water, and because it ain't got no salt in it, but I can put some salt in it, and see if I can't corn up a Zatarains brisket here. I mean, you know, think about it. I mean, it's got everything in it. Good old southern flavor. You can have a southern Zatarains corned beef. Anyway, I'll try it one of these days. Well, next couple weeks, and I'll let y'all know. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, we're watching them Rocket City Rednecks here on the National Geographic Channel. Stuff is good. Anything rednecks, alright. One thing I wanted to add about these bags here, I got one that just started to crack open there. So when you're letting them steep for about 4 hours or simmer, that's about the end of their limit, because I do remember these bags, they do start to break open. I'd only do it about 3 hours. I have to add this addendum to that. So remember that these, and don't stir them a lot, because they bust open. It's a big old mess. Anyway, that's it. Well, there's more to come. We'll be back. Okay, that's it. They're all done. There's the legs. There's the shrimp. I ain't going to show you at the table. Y'all know how to eat a salad. You can figure out how to crack this stuff open. It ain't that hard with these big old legs. They're absolutely wonderful. So, you can eat them cold. You can eat them lukewarm, or you can eat them right now. However you want them. They're always good. All right, we'll be back. That ends this. Good night.